We are coming to you guys here on New Year's Eve with something a little bit unusual. We know that a few of you are probably planning on doing some drinking this evening. We would never, ever do such a thing. No, definitely not.
This is dangerous.
But we thought it might be fun today to make some Italian cocktails. Full disclosure, I have never really been a big cocktail person, but this summer I tried one Italian cocktail in particular that I came to fall in love with, and it sort of changed my mind a little bit. And so I think we're gonna start with that one, and then Ava's gonna show me a few that I've never had before.
Italian cocktails are more or less like Italian food. Few ingredients, high quality ingredients, mixed in different ways, in different proportion, and they give you an amazing spectrum of flavor that you can't imagine.
Yeah, they're very simple. They don't take a lot of fancy technique or equipment or anything like that, just a few good ingredients. But. All right, well, let's just get into it. You wanna make the cocktail that changed my mind this summer?
Let's do it. To make the Aperol Spritz we need Prosecco, Aperol, carbonated water or soda, orange and some ice. If you don't know what Prosecco is a sparkling wine from the north of Italy, and let's say that it can resemble French champagne, but it's better. We start with some ice. I feel like midnight.
Not quite yet.
Not quite yet, but it's like midnight. So we need 3 parts of Prosecco. Now we add 2 parts of Aperol. And 1 part of salt.
Oh shoot, we don't have straws.
I have an idea.
Yes! Pasta straws! I've had this in Italy, no, not in Italy before. When I first experienced using pasta as a straw, it was Ava's sister works at a restaurant, an Italian restaurant in London, and they served us some drinks and they used pasta as a straw, and it works very well. It's important to point out the little bit of food we have in front of us.
Because we Italians don't drink if we don't eat.
These are some of our favorite aperitivo type foods that you'll often have served to you in Italy if you order a drink. Potato chips, peanuts, my personal favorite, and olives. Chin chin.
Chin chin.
Ooh, you made a good Aperol Spritz.
I know, but
They're not always good.
no, most of the time, no.
And this is why I always stayed away from them up until quite recently, because usually the places you order an Aperol Spritz in Italy are kind of touristy. My understanding is that they tend to add too much soda water and really water it down. And so you're kind of drinking, you're like, this is not very good.
Because at the end is just water with a little bit of Aperol to give you anyway the orange color.
But then when I had them actually well made by your friend Julia, shout out to her from Dasa, I was like, oh, I see what the appeal of these is, and it's pretty darn good. So yeah, it's orangey. It's only slightly bitter. Plus there's just a hint of pasta. I don't know where that comes from. There's just a little hint of pasta.
That makes everything better, even an Aperol Spritz. Now Harper, Aperol Spritz is very good. It comes from the region of Veneto, but there is another drink that I had, and I like a little bit more than Aperol Spritz, but you never had.
You wanna show me? Am I having deja vu? It seems like you're making another Aperol Spritz.
No, Harper is not an Aperol Spritz. The name of this cocktail is Pirlo, and it's traditional from the city of Brescia. We can define it like the cousin of the Aperol Spritz. But the ingredients, as you can see, are different. Campari, white wine, and some soda.
And some orange.
And some orange.
Campari is bitter, right?
Campari is bitter than Aperol.
I guessed that because it says bitter on it.
Good guess, Harper. We need 3 parts of white wine, 1 part of Campari, and 1 part of acqua gassata.
The darker, moodier cousin of the Aperol Spritz.
Personally, I like this more than Aperol Spritz because I like Campari more than Aperol.
Yeah? I've never had much Campari, so this is kind of new for me.
It's more bitter than Aperol. If you like the bitter alcohol, you will love Campari.
Chin chin.
Chin chin.
Oh, yeah.
You have the wine, you have the Campari.
Definitely, obviously more bitter from the Campari, but also a little bit stronger than the Aperol Spritz because your average white wine is going to be stronger than a sparkling white wine.
And then Harper, we made the normal Pirlo. But actually in Brescia you can order also a Pirlone.
Pirlone?
Yes, a bigger one.
You gotta eat something.
See, because otherwise we can't keep drinking.
Let us know if you guys want us to ever do a video about the aperitivo and what it is and how it works. It's kind of a fascinating subject. I love aperitivi. I've come to absolutely love them. I've never heard of a Pirlo before.
But Harper, I bet that the next one, you heard of it. And not just you. Most of you heard of it. See,
You're having a stroke. Oh no, you just had a Pirlone.
Here we are going to make the very famous Negroni. We need Campari, gin, and red vermouth. We start with a part of gin, a part of Campari, a part of red vermouth.
So just equal parts of all three.
Okay, so
You okay?
I'm okay.
Yes, the very famous Negroni.
Now, I need to be sincere. Even if it's Italian, even if it has Campari, even if it has vermouth, I don't like gin. So, for me, the Negroni, let's say that is not the best Italian cocktail.
Interesting, because I am a gin fan. I do like gin. This might be my cup of tea. Cup of very strong tea.
It's a good cup of tea, Harper. It's a good cup of tea.
I might need another potato chip here. Chin
Chin
chin.
chin.
Hang on.
That's
You need one too?
Maybe yes. So now we can say
Chin chin.
chin chin.
Ooh, yeah. Now we're bringing out the big guns. I love it. I like gin. This is my kind of drink.
Now, don't get me wrong. It's not that I don't like, because I like it. I like Negroni. But let's say that if I need to choose between all the cocktail, maybe this is not my first choice.
All right, I'm gonna go for a peanut now. Peanuts are so good. It used to be a thing in American bars that they would put out bowls of peanuts on the bar, and it makes so much sense. And they kind of just stopped doing that. I don't know why. It's like the best thing to eat.
Do you remember this summer in Calabria, last summer in Calabria?
No, I completely forgotten it. I was drinking too many Negronis. Yes, I remember this summer.
And do you remember that every sagra, every festa in the
Oh,
sun,
so many peanuts.
we
They eat
had
so
a
many
bunch
peanuts.
of peanuts that
Yeah.
we don't call them peanuts, obviously. We call them, okay, the official name is arachidi.
Arachidi.
Then we call or cacao
Cacao. Cocoa.
or American nuts. Nocciolina
American
americana.
nuts.
American nuts,
They're
nocciolina
so
americana.
good.
And it's one of the staple food on at least Calabrian tables during Christmas.
Seriously, every big feast meal, you have the antipasto, the primo, the first course, the secondo, the second course, and then there's a pause between that and dessert, and inevitably bowls of fruit and peanuts come out, and everyone snacks on those. Okay, this is supposed to be a video about cocktails, not about peanuts.
So let's go back to the cocktails. Now I said at the beginning of Negroni that I don't like gin. But I have a cocktail that
Doesn't
resembles
have gin
this,
in it.
but it doesn't have gin.
There are lots of cocktails that don't have gin in it.
See, but you use the same. I don't know if we will reach the end of this video.
We're not reaching midnight, that's for sure.
No
That's
doubt.
for sure.
No doubt. The next cocktail uses the same ingredients of the Negroni, except we take out the gin, which is good because I don't like gin. The cocktail is called Milano Torino. And actually we have Campari from Milano and Vermouth from Torino. It's a very easy and simple cocktail. And it uses the same amount of Campari and the same amount of Vermouth.
Just to be clear, equal parts.
Tastes like you use half a glass
I'm a
of
few
Campari.
drinks in. I'm trying to understand your recipe here.
Half glass of Campari, half glass of Vermouth.
Gotcha.
In this case, we are not going to use any ice, but we are going to use half slice of orange.
What a surprise.
Orange.
Shocker.
Orange.
Wait, there's orange in this cocktail?
It's a staple in the Italian cocktail.
Can you think of one that doesn't have orange?
An Italian one?
A martini.
It is not an Italian one.
It's not?
No. Martini is Italian, but the cocktail martini isn't Italian. So.
Oh, I always assumed it was Italian.
No, because if it was Italian, there was the orange.
There's the orange, I should have known. Ooh, we're getting even darker and moodier here.
Now we talk about something. This is the, how do we say, the grandfather? The father of the Americano cocktail. A version of this arrived here in America. So when he went back to Italy, a little bit changed, he became the Americano. But
So it became popular in America. Okay, because we went to a wedding over the summer and there was a bar and they had like their menu of drinks. And I saw a drink called Americano, and I was reading the ingredients, and it was all like vermouth and Campari and stuff like this. And I was looking at it. I felt like the reverse of Ava when she like sees Italian food in America. I was reading it. I was like, what on earth in this is American? That makes more sense.
That's
So
why.
it's popular in America, but this is called
Milano Torino.
Torino.
It is called Milano Torino because Campari is from Milan and Torino has the vermouth.
Chin chin.
Chin chin.
Ooh.
Okay. Now we talk about something because it's like we don't have any stranger things to ruin the amazing flavor of Campari and vermouth together.
It's funny because with gin, it's undoubtedly stronger, but this tastes much stronger. It's more sweet and more bitter at the same time.
It's better.
It's like the Pirlo or any of the Campari drinks where if you like the bitter taste, it's good. Some people don't like that. If you don't like that, it's probably not for you, but I like it.
Okay, this I can see how this can be dangerous.
Okay, I have way too many peanuts and potato chips and olives left in front of me, which means you gotta make one more, Ava.
And Harper, for the last one, I chose maybe the most Italian cocktail that you can think of.
Are you just gonna pour me a glass of wine?
No, Harper.
That would be the most Italian cocktail ever. Oh my gosh, it's this cocktail's extra Italian.
This is the triumph of orange in a cocktail. The name of this cocktail is Garibaldi. Now everyone knows who is Garibaldi. And for those who doesn't know who is Garibaldi,
I don't know if everyone knows who Garibaldi is.
for our Garibaldi, we need oranges and Campari. It's very important that the orange juice you are going to use for this cocktail is fresh orange juice, which means that though that pre-made juice in the box or in the bottle doesn't work. Because chi means orange.
Are they dry? Are you discovering what wonderful oranges we have in most of the United States? Do you see why we buy our orange juice in a bottle, Ava?
Which actually I don't understand, because in California there is Orange County. So
In some places they have excellent oranges, but
So
in
you
most
have
places they're just pretty dry.
we start with 2 parts of Campari. Then we need 4.5 parts of fresh orange juice.
So why is this called a Garibaldi?
This is called Garibaldi because Garibaldi was one of the men who unified Italy. So the idea of this cocktail is that we unified Italy in a glass because we put together Campari from the north and orange juice from the south. Giuseppe Garibaldi was one of the heroes of the was one of the heroes of Risorgimento Italiano.
Chin chin.
Chin chin. It's fresh, it's light.
That's really good. It's super simple, but it's really good.
He put together, he puts Italy in a glass. The best of the south, the best. One of the things that are very good in the south with one of the things that are very good in the north.
It's a very good balance.
You can drink a lot because let's be honest, it's completely dilute, the Campari. So you taste the orange, so actually you can drink 2 or 3 of this without any problem.
Unlike the Milano Torino.
Wait a moment. No, it's like we can't, like Garibaldi. Because Milano Torino has also something to do with the Garibaldi. So we have Milan in both.
Yeah.
Campari and Campari.
Yeah.
Then Torino was the first capital of Italy
Okay.
with the Savoia.
Okay.
Vittorio Emanuele II, the first king of Italy, met Garibaldi in Teano, and Garibaldi said, "Hello, Vittorio Emanuele II, king of Italy." So here we have all the history of Italy in 2 glasses.
Okay, I'm cutting you off. I think you're done. Thanks for watching, guys. Our video about Italian cocktails. I don't know if we're gonna make it to midnight, but send us pictures of what you're drinking tonight. Follow us on social media at Pasta Grammar. You put that down. You're
This is Giuseppe Garibaldi.
ranting and raving about Garibaldi and whatever his name was. Before we go, a quick shout out to a Pasta Grammarian who made some fantastic looking loreghitas.
Very nice job.
She clearly was not 5 cocktails deep when she made those because they look beautiful.
We should say Happy New Year.
Absolutely. Happy New Year.
Happy New Year. Thank you for watching us during this 2023. We are very, very grateful. We will have a long year in front of us, full of...
Some very exciting things. So stay tuned.
And it will be full...
Chin chin.
Chin chin.
Happy New
Garibaldi.
Year's.
Actually, Garibaldi, we are using Mexican glasses. Drinking a Garibaldi cocktail. If we want to be very precise, Garibaldi was called the hero of the 2 words.
Of the 2 what?
Words.
Wars? Worlds?
Yes.
Worlds
Because
or
he
wars?
came.
Worlds.
Word. Earth.
Okay.
Because he came, not in Mexico, but in the South America, to free South America. So, this is a cocktail in this glass that unify Europe and America together. Chin chin.